Welcome back to Vigor. I just made a video about the Cycle Frontier in which I examined how easy it is to earn hard currency so that you can buy your way into season passes just by playing the game. And I also spent some money in the game and bought some fancy stuff because I felt like, the people who made the Cycle Frontier have really earned my money. I mean, they really entertained me for a while. But if that's true, then Vigor has definitely earned my money because I've lately been playing Vigor a lot more than the Cycle Frontier. But I had a similar goal in mind when I played Vigor, which was I wanted to see what it was like to try to earn hard currency on my own as a free player, to see what I would get out of that, to see if I could, earn up to buying my own season pass. And what I found was, so your main source of hard currency early on is through the challenges. The challenges are here. There are these daily challenges that pop up. They refresh every my time. They refresh every evening around bedtime. But I think that the schedule is being set somewhere in Europe, so it's probably in the morning somewhere else. But in any case, you get these daily challenges, and if you complete them, some of them, like here, Outland Menace, if I become a threat, which basically means I think you have to kill like 7 or 8 people in the same match in order to be labeled as a threat, then you get some hard currency from that. Not very much. Hard currency is called crowns, by the way. I should just call them crowns. You get some crowns, but not a whole lot. There's a special series of challenges that they give you as a new player that every single one of them gives you crowns, and they earn you just enough crowns. You can see that I've been accumulating them. If you look over on the other corner of the screen, I've got 392 crowns, and most of those were earned by completing challenges. But those challenges dry up. The very last one I had was to play the game co-op with somebody else. And this past weekend, I played it with my sister. And the two of us got in there. We actually had a really great time. I tried the elimination mode for the first time. And it was a lot of fun. But that was the last crown-paying challenge that I got. And it looks like I got just enough crowns that way to buy my way into one of the older season passes. But then that method dried up. So now I'm occasionally getting access to crowns from challenges, but a very slow drip. The battle pass, you'll see that the upper row of the battle pass is the things that I earn for free. The bottom row is the things that you earn if you've paid for the battle pass. And you can see occasionally, as a free player, I still get 25 crowns here and there. But it's not very common. I think it's every 10 levels they'll give me 25 crowns, which is not enough to earn my way into the battle pass. The other way that you can get crowns is by upgrading your antenna. So your antenna can give you, a handful of crowns per day. I'm actually, I think I'm ready to upgrade it one more time. So it'll go from 4.12 crowns per day to 4.36 crowns per day, which, it's not nothing. I'm going to get that started. It's going to take 2 days. That's not nothing, but it's also not a lot. And that's not really a way to earn up to the 590 crowns that it costs to pay for the battle pass. And so it looks like, Vigor is balanced economically a little bit differently from the Cycle Frontier. Vigor really is telling you, yes, we'll give you access to some things as a free player, but you're really not going to get the premium stuff unless you're spending money. And so there are other things besides the huge cost of the battle pass you can spend crowns on. Mostly as you're going into a level, you can upgrade the loot that's in the level. You can apply insurance to your loadout so that whatever you collect in the level, you get to take it home even if you get killed. And those are valuable, but they also cost 30 to 60 crowns, which means that even, this 25 crowns that I get here isn't enough to pay for one of those upgrades. And similarly, the rate at which, if I wanted to have the 30 crowns that it takes to upgrade the loot once in a level for me and everyone else, I would need to, how many days would that take to get, let's say I'm making 4 crowns a day, it would take more than a week to get to do that one time and then get killed and lose it. So, the economics of this don't really line up all that well unless you're spending money. But I gotta say, all my previous episodes about Vigor, I don't actually mind not having access to this stuff. As a free player, I'm not really spending crowns on anything because they seem too precious. I've got so few of them, and each dose of crowns that I spend, I'm never getting it back, and I can't even guarantee that I'm going to be glad that I got the thing I got for it. And so I don't spend any money at all. But there are some players who are like running around like Captain Moneybags. Just, in fact, this morning I was playing a little bit before work, and I got into a match where one guy upgraded the loot 4 times and another guy upgraded it twice. All I did was just went to a little neighborhood, looted it, filled my inventory with resources, and just left. I was like, I'm not getting into any fights. I'm not trying anything ambitious. These folks upgraded the loot so much that I just was able to just fill my pockets from like a handful of houses and flee. So that was a lot of fun. And one thing I do really like is the fact that a lot of the day-to-day stuff that you spend crowns on is stuff that doesn't just benefit you. It benefits other players. You know, you're making the match more rewarding for everyone. And you might even be the first person who gets killed, and you might leave with the least stuff, but you still upgraded it for everyone else. Even in your absence, they're all going to get the benefit of that. So I kind of like the fact that you feel altruistic when you spend money on this game. You don't feel like you're spending it selfishly. You feel like you're spending it to be, you know, a mensch. You know, whenever a player spends crowns to upgrade the loot for everyone, their character in sort of the starting screen makes a little heart. And they get sort of like called out as being like, hey, check out this generous person here who's, you know, giving things to everybody else. So, yeah, La Coalition says, it's amazing when everyone gets the crate boosted to the max. I love it when that happens. Yeah, so you get this really kind of fun sense of community from doing that, even though you're all about to go and try to kill each other. It's this weird contrast. It's actually, you know, it's a lot of fun. So, anyway, part of what I was going to do here today was actually go into the game and play it a little bit more because I love playing this game. But I was also thinking that I should maybe spend some money on this because I've been having such a fun time with it. And I actually would like to start earning the prizes from the Battle Pass. Now, you can have 2 Battle Passes going at once. There's the main Premium Battle Pass that is the thing everyone is doing right now. But you can also hit the right trigger, and I think Coalition showed this to me in a previous episode. You can also go and grab all of the previous Battle Passes are still available, and you can get them at basically less than half price. And have 2 things going on at once. So you're leveling up the main Battle Pass, and you're leveling up a Legacy Battle Pass at the same time. So what I thought I was going to do, so there, you do have the ability, but I've got that 392 crowns that I built up through all of the means that are available to a free player. And that is just enough to get 1 Legacy Battle Pass. And so if I was a committed free player, and that was all I was ever going to be, what I would do is just choose my favorite of the past battle passes, which they call them legacy seasons, which is the Warlords. I like the Warlords. Let me show you the Warlords. The main reason I like the Warlords is because they come with this hat, and so I intend to choose this just so that I can have the hat. The rest of the stuff is nice too, whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not really a fan of face paint, so I wouldn't go with that. But yeah, I just love that. For some reason, I'm just really into this welding helmet. So, and another reason to grab the Warlord pack is it was the last. It's the last season where they were actually giving away scads of hard currency. The amount of crowns in the battle passes drops starting with season 6. So this is season 5 when they were still sort of being more generous with that stuff. So this is the one I was gonna get, but La Coalition right before this episode gave me some really good advice, because what I was gonna do was upgrade. Use my free the crowns that I earned as a free player to upgrade to this legacy season, and then I was going to go spend some money in order to buy into the actual, you know, premium battle pass. But Coalition pointed out that the current battle pass has actually got doses of money in it, and if I buy it first, I will actually make enough of that money that it will probably help me buy the older battle pass. So I think the older battle pass, if I kick it off right now, I will not have earned any of the crowns in it yet. I need to actually start at 1 and move all the way up. But the premium battle pass, I've already earned up all the way to level 30. And so there's actually several doses of crowns that I will automatically get the moment I buy it. And so I think he's right. I think that even though part of what I wanted to illustrate was the fact that I could get 1 legacy season with my earnings as a free player. And that's an important thing to note. And that's kind of the research that I was doing, is finding out what I could get as a free player. So we've learned that, but actually I think the order of operations that I should use is to buy currency first, upgrade to the premium battle pass, and then go and use whatever's left over, which I think should be enough to get a legacy season. So the first, where is the store? There it is. Okay, so I am actually going to start. So this is, again, advice from La Coalición. Probably the best deal in terms of like how little money you spend to get as many crowns as possible is the starter pack. And so this gives you like 5 fancy outfits and 650 crowns for $10, which is nice because, say, like if I wanted to just buy crowns directly, $10 normally just gets me 450 crowns. And I mentioned this in my Cycle Frontier video, I think. I don't know. I actually shot that video 3 times because I kept screwing it up. But I believe I mentioned the fact that they deliberately make it so that it's hard to come up with a conversion rate in your head for like how much real money hard currency is worth. So that's why they give you these ascending bonuses as you go and get it, because you know, I guess as a baseline, if it's $5 for 200 crowns, what is that? That's like 40 for a dollar. So like each one is worth, what is that, 2.5 cents, something like that. So if I spend 30 crowns to like upgrade the loot or whatever in an area, that means that I'm spending something like 90 cents, like a little less than $1 to upgrade the loot in an area. So I could think of it that way, but depending on which of these deals I get, it could actually be less. If I spent $100 on 6,000 crowns, that means that each dollar was 60 crowns, and so there was just like, you know, like a little over 1 cent, and so, you know, so I could spend it a little bit more freely at that point. I just did a bunch of math in my head. It was probably really terrible, and I probably screwed it up. So math nerds out there, I'm so sorry. But in any case, none of these feel like the right deal for me right now. I think I actually am going to go with La Coalición's recommendation and grab the starter pack so I can get those outfits. And because I think that, okay, so at getting that 650 is going to bring me up over 1,000. And then I'm going to spend $790 on the battle pass. And that will leave me with over 200 crowns. Then I think I'm going to get a couple hundred just from kicking in that battle pass, which I think will push me over 330. That's what I think is going to happen. So what I'm going to do is switch to my camera here so that I can actually make the purchase without a bunch of my credit card information coming on the screen. So I'll just do that. So you'll have to just look at my face for a second while I'm buying this starter pack. And it's mine. I've got it, apparently. Do I have it? So these starter packs, by the way, are very common. If you're ever into a free-to-play game and you don't typically spend money, but you're tinkering with the idea of maybe spending a little bit of money. Oh, did I just get an achievement for buying stuff? Oh no, obtained 20 character customizations. Okay, if they gave me an achievement for buying stuff, I feel like that has to be against some kind of policy. That would be a little ridiculous. But yeah, okay, so I bought that starter pack. But yeah, anyway, so a lot of these folks will have a one-time purchase starter pack, which is basically trying to give you a screaming deal just to get you to spend money once. And part of that is because, you know, they're worried that a lot of players are going to leave a free-to-play game and never have spent any money. And so it's worth it to them just to get something out of you. They'll throw things at you just to get some money out of you before you leave. But on top of that, once somebody spends money on a game once, they're much more likely to spend it again. And so it's worth it to them to give you an amazing screaming deal for your first purchase, because then there's a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy involved where you know, once you spent money on something, well, this is a thing I spend money on now, so maybe you'll be willing to do it in the future. So think about that, because, you know, if you are, you know, very, you know, cautious and a deliberate decision maker with your money, you can get a really, really good deal out of something like this by, you know, sort of taking advantage of how they are attempting to manipulate you. So now I've got 1,042 crowns, which means I can upgrade to the premium battle pass. And I'm assuming this is not going to bring up a bunch of credit card information, right? Because I've already got the currency in the game. I'm going to be very careful, though, before I push this button and do it off camera. So, oh, actually, let's have a look at this. So I can actually just buy the battle pass, but I can also buy the battle pass and a bunch of extra levels and basically get a bunch of the prizes for free without having to earn them in the game. I don't really want to do that, so let's not. Yes, I want to upgrade to the premium battle pass. So now I've upgraded to the Premium Battle Pass, and I just got so many prizes. Like, way more than I know what to do with. Look at all this. What was this one? Oh, yeah. A special backpack, skins for my guns, different beards. I'm definitely have to put a beard on my character at some point. Oh, but there you go. 200 crowns. So I'm going to claim that reward. And now I'm up to 452 crowns. So Coalicion's suggestion was absolutely right, because now I can also afford to buy into a legacy season. So I chose the Warlords for all the reasons I mentioned before. Let's hit Y to upgrade to this. This is correct, right, Coalición? If I'm highlighting Warlord and I hit Y, then this is the one I'm going to sign on for. Let's go with this one. Yes. Okay. So this one is mine now too, and I'm down to 122 crowns, which is fine. That means that I could upgrade the loot in a level 4 times if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to right now. So, okay, so yeah, I'm going to be upgrade. Now I'm going to be, when I play the game, I'm not only going to be earning progress towards the main battle pass, but I'll also be doing it towards the Warlords. I'm going to get a bunch of free stuff. It's going to be great. Let me actually have a look at my character customization real quick, because I just unlocked some new stuff. Right now I'm wearing this mask that I got for free because La Coalición pointed out that there was a free mask out there, and so I grabbed it. But I think there might actually be... Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, nice. Snowblind goggles. Okay, so I don't have this one. You know what? Orange glasses are absolutely my thing, so we're doing that. Face wear. Oh, I can get a fancy beard. Oh, that beard is actually... Okay, I need the red beard. I need the military-grade red beard. Okay, so military-grade is just the name of one of their rarities, but I love the idea of having a military-grade beard. So, okay, I would love to have this beard, but, okay, so this is telling me it's in a battle pass. What battle pass? Or maybe I'm misunderstanding what that meant. I'm probably misunderstanding what that meant. Any case, I mean, I guess I could grab the gray beard, or I'll just grab the dark beard. And then what else do I have? Do I have any like new hats? Oh, got a puffball hat, got a old man's driving hat. Oh, nah. I love this. Okay, we're wearing this for a little bit. I think I might not wear it long term, but I kind of like it. Do I have any other gloves? I wasn't really a fan of those particular gloves. I guess these match my ensemble a little bit better. I still love this sling bag, though. They're going to be hard-pressed to make me like another bag more than this one. I mean, this one's kind of neat, but doesn't really match my overall aesthetic. Ooh, I've got the... Oh, I don't actually have this red one. This red pack would be nice. But... Oh, what? Oh, this is the one I can carry? An oxygen tank. Again, like, the red one matches my aesthetic, but this one doesn't. So, Okay, so La Coalición says that, that the battle pass that I've got right now is actually how I'm going to earn the beard that I want. So I just need to work on it. Oh, hello. That's great. That's neat, too. I kind of like what I got going on here, though. And you can get entire outfit sets, but including this one. But now, not really my style. All right. Now we look amazing. And we should probably actually get into the real game. So, I'm a big fan of Saarbrück. I like this map because partly just because I play a lot of shootout, and that's one of the 2 shootout maps is Saarbrück. And so it's such a familiar space. And there's also some really great loot that you can get in sort of the central town. So I think we'll go there. Now, I had a really great morning this morning where I had a couple of sessions where, you know, I won every fight I got into, and I escaped with tons and tons of loot, which means that I am due for a terrible match. And so that's probably what you should expect from me right now is I'm going to get in there and just get instantly killed, and it's going to be tragic and horrible. But whatever, it's fine. This is Vigor. The stakes are kind of low. If I lose a bunch of stuff, whatever, I'll just come back later. It's fine. Now, so we're going to stack up the players here, and we can look in advance at what people are bringing with them into the fight, which is kind of nice. Oh, La Coalition asks if I've checked the tape players in the bunker. I'm aware that there are tapes there. I haven't gotten around to listening to them yet. As I understand it, there's a bunch of lore, basically, like explaining the history of the world that's on those tapes. Okay, so who do we got? Okay, we've got Noob, and then a bunch of crazy psychos. So you can just tell by the outfits. I mean, I look like a crazy psycho, too. The more outfit somebody has on, the more time they've spent in the game, or the more money they've spent, which also is an indication of commitment. Okay, what do you bet that Mad Skills does not ready up? So far, I don't think I've ever been in a match where every single player readied up. Somebody is always a holdout. But yeah, let's have a look at so all I'm bringing in is an M2 carbine, because my basic approach is, like, I want to bring as little into the match as possible, and so basically I bring in an M2 carbine or some equivalent gun, ammo for that gun, and like one healing consumable, and that's it. Other people will often bring fancier guns, more guns, a bunch of consumables, but usually what I find is, bringing in a bunch of consumables isn't going to help me. Okay, I'm going to head south, by the way, towards the time safe. Bringing in a bunch of consumables typically doesn't up my survival chances all that much. But if I manage to survive my first encounter with someone, they will typically have an inventory full of interesting stuff, and so I just take all this stuff from them. So basically, my first encounter determines whether I'm going to be well equipped. If I die, then I die. If I don't die, then I end up with the equipment of the other person. So yeah, so all I've got in my inventory right now, aside from the thing I just picked up, is bullets for this gun, and some disinfectant. I'm a big fan of the M2 carbine. Oh, first of all, so I can relocate. Okay, you know what? I'm going to relocate the airdrop to be over here, mostly just because I want it out of my way, because people like to congregate around where the airdrop is, and so I'm actually trying to get people out of my way that way, because I'm headed down here, and originally the airdrop was down here too. I think it was like in this area, and so I moved it up a little bit, maybe to get people to sort of bypass the time safe and not get as close to where I'm headed. So it used to be that my approach was always to just avoid the locations that other people congregate at. Whoa, what's that? I would avoid those locations. Is that somebody shooting at me and missing? I think I would have gotten an indicator if they got close to me. In any case, my usual strategy, I'm deliberately staying behind a rise here. My usual strategy was to just avoid all the places people congregate and just scavenge a little bit and leave. And it was great. Like, I would survive most of the time. Okay, we got a sniper overseeing the time safe here, overwatching it. So I'm thinking we shouldn't go there. I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe we do the Bard House instead. But yeah, so I would usually avoid places of conflict, and just and leave intact most of the time with a little bit of loot. I'm starting to get to the point now, though, where I need more and more loot to level up my shelter, and as a result, I'm feeling like it's worth it to me to risk these conflicts, which means I'm actually dying more in the game than I used to when I got started. Oh, I'm hearing footsteps. Oh, look at this. So I like the M2 carbine because it's fairly hard-hitting. It's actually a rifle, technically, which means its accuracy stat is pretty high, but you can optionally set it to full auto. So this guy is running to the Bard house so we can get at the safe. He wants to be the first one to get the safe. I wanted to be the first one to get to the safe. And now, unfortunately... So I could have taken a pot shot at him right then. But I kind of preferred him not to know that I was here, in case I could get the drop on him at closer range and take him down. But that's a questionable strategy, because he also, once he holes up inside that space, it might actually be really difficult for me to get the drop on him. He's stopped running now, and so I can't hear... I can't hear him. And I also don't know what part of this building has the barred house. So basically... Oh, crap. There he is. So the barred house... What the... Did he just... Okay, I guess he just got the safe or something. That was... Wait, no. I heard the safe. I could hear the safe still turning. So the barred house is a place that's got a bunch of... Oh, there's somebody coming close. I genuinely have no idea where the frickin' safe is. It looks like I'm right on top of it. It could be above me. And now there's other people with guns around here. You know what? As much as I would love to get the safe, this guy had so much stuff. I don't know why he had so much stuff already in his inventory. With the safe not yet opened. Like, I don't know where he got that stuff. Great. Now, oh, somebody used a portable signals detector, which means they could be anywhere. So somebody knows where I am right now. And they could be right next to me. Okay. I realize, by the way, that I'm giving you... Like, I'm giving you little snippets of information, and I'm not finishing any of my thoughts because I'm under so much stress. So, okay, let me try to explain some of the things that I was saying while I gingerly sneak away from this place. The signals detector. So normally there's a location on the map where there's a signals detector, and people can use that. There, that's what just happened here. So the signals detector is right there. So, when somebody uses a signals detector, you know where they are. So if you're nowhere near the signals detector, then it's not very useful to them to have found out your location. You don't need to worry that much. Because only that one player knows where you are, and they're far away from you. But if somebody uses a portable signals detector, they could be anywhere. They could be right on top of you, and now they know exactly where you are. So that's why I got nervous when I saw the portable signals detector. I was like, somebody's probably coming up on this building, trying to find the safe too. And the last thing I want is for them to know exactly where I am, and I don't know where they are. Because you saw me getting the drop on that guy, like shooting first, made a massive difference. Oh, crap. Leaving in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. I want to loot this! No! Okay, so Colision says, actually, the portable signals detector marks the closest player to you. I never used it before. Oh, what is this? Okay, I hadn't realized you actually get an XP boost. Well, of course you do. That's a really common thing with season passes. I just don't play a lot of games with season passes. Okay, so I got an XP boost, so I got more experience from that than I normally would. The biggest experience doses I got were from killing that dude and getting a headshot on him. So that was nice. Okay, what other thoughts did I not finish? You know what? I don't even remember now. This game is exciting. I love... Oh, I was going to explain what the barred house was. So basically on the map, there are 4 or 5 different places where there are huge concentrations of loot, and they all work in different ways. There's the airdrop, which comes at a certain time and gives you a crate on your way home, and that crate can be leveled up and people spend money up front. And so that's usually what the timing of the match is based around, is when the airdrop lands, when people get it, when people escape. But there's also the barred house, which is a house that's got a lot of... It's all the windows and doors are barred up, and it takes some time to get into it. And then it's got a safe inside, which takes some time to unlock. And so when you get in there, you make noise getting in, and then when you're in there, everyone gets told that you've just tried to open the safe. And so people converge on the safe to try to get the loot, and they'll fight each other over it. Similarly, there's a timed safe, which has got 2 switches you have to hit, which means you have to run around to find the 2 switches, hit them both in rapid fire, and then get the stuff inside the safe, which means you can't just hole up someplace the way you can when you're opening the barred room safe. Instead, you have to be running around and exposing yourself to danger, basically. And I've, killed people and been killed by people trying to chase down the switches for the timed safe. There's the container, which has got 3 locks on it, which you have to hold still and take some time to unlock the 3 locks. You can take the locks out faster by shooting them, but then you get hit by a martyr strike, and I don't know why people do that. But I usually I'll just go through and do the combination locks, and there's a big pile of loot inside that. And I feel like there might even be a 5th one. I'm not sure, but in any case, then there's a couple of hidden things. There's a buried stash somewhere that's kind of small, which you have to get by looking at photographs. And there's a red chest that contains a sort of a second airdrop. That gets all the same benefits and penalties of the regular airdrop. And so with these 6 different targets, everyone on the map is trying to converge on the same locations. And it takes time for each person to get the thing that they're trying to get. And so that's what they do to try to foster conflict in the game, is they take the most valuable loot and they stick it in these knowable locations. So I was really lucky. I managed to, I converged with one other player on the barred house. I managed to kill him first. I got the stuff, and I still can't. I don't know why he had all that stuff in his inventory. He didn't have time to get it anywhere else, I didn't think. And I heard the safe open after I arrived, which means he couldn't have opened the safe. So I don't know what was going on there. Okay, so Lecolician wants me to read your comment. Okay, so Lecolician, I think probably from looking at the kind of loot, he recognized that guy apparently did get the time safe. I didn't feel like that guy had time to get the time safe, and I didn't remember seeing a notification that it had opened. But that probably happened. I was probably talking about something else, and I didn't realize that the time safe had opened. So yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. So if he got the timed safe, then I got the loot from the timed safe, and honestly, I didn't have room in my inventory to get stuff from the second safe. I don't know why he went after the second safe. He should have just extracted with his entirely full inventory and shouldn't have gotten into that fight with me. He should have left me to the barred house safe. But whatever. There you go. So that's how that works. Let's see what I've unlocked here. So that was all good. I think my kills per encounter has stayed fairly stable. I tend to I'll get 1 kill every other encounter on average. And then here's all the loot I got. Mostly weapon parts. Each of the different major sources of loot has got a different typical loadout. And so, yeah, so this is mostly weapon parts, offensive stuff, not really resources. And most of the experience you get is actually from getting resources. So if you're going after those big ticket items, they'll get you equipment, but they won't necessarily get you a lot of experience. Just doing regular scavenging runs is actually one of the, or enhancing the loot in the game is one of the better ways to get that. So, all right, so we're back. We've only got a little bit of time left before my next meeting. So I've got, whenever I pick up really fancy weapons in the field, I just drop them in my stash. I've got so many fancy weapons now. And I never use them. At some point, I'll feel rich enough that I'll actually start using those fancy weapons. But I just don't see the reason to. I was able to beat that guy with this gun. This gun was good enough, And yeah, sometimes I get killed. But, and maybe in some of those cases, having a fancier gun would have given me the edge. But I don't think it would make that much of a difference. One thing that I did get, though, on that trip was a bunch of parts for things. And so the way it works, and I think Lecolicion explained this to me on a previous episode. Oh, crap. So wait, okay. First, I'll say that. So there's 2 different ways you can craft things. You can have a leveled up crafting table. You can see at the underneath my equip slots, you can see this explanation for what it is I want to craft here. I can use parts, which basically are items I collect in the world that give me that as I accumulate them, I can make that consumable or I can make that weapon for free. And so it's instant. You just get it. So I'm going to craft this armor plate, and I just get it instantaneously. Similarly, this contact bomb, I'm going to get it instantaneously. This iodine pill, get it instantaneously. But if I wanted to say, craft one of something right here. If I wanted to craft a ZA M72, I don't have enough parts for it. I've collected 5 parts, and if I get 2 more, I can craft it quickly and for free. But I could also, because I've got the plan for this weapon, and I've got a leveled up crafting table, I can make it using materials, which is my sort of most generic soft currency. I can get it with that and 20 minutes of time. And so you know, crafting things with your crafting table takes time, and you have to queue it up and sort of, you know, come back and keep crafting more stuff. But if you collect the parts in the level, you can make the stuff instantaneously. So I tend to go through periodically and, like, craft the stuff that I can craft. You get free ammo when you craft a gun. That's nice. Craft one of these. Why not? But La Coalition is pointing out that I did not mark my legacy. So this is a thing that I didn't realize I needed to do. So right here, it's not enough to buy it. I have to mark it. So I have to push Y. Yes. Okay, so I made a mistake so that you don't have to. If you buy a legacy pass in this game, or legacy season, then you know that you have to actually go and manually turn it on. So that's why I you know, didn't get any prizes for this, because I don't remember how much experience I got. I didn't get enough experience to level up my current battle pass, because that will take, you know, thousands. But I was very early on in my legacy season, so actually 500 experience, I totally should have gained a level in that. And the reason I didn't was because I didn't have it marked. So thank you, La Coalition, for pointing that out. So Corndog showed up and says, I need to play Vigor again. Yeah, no, I like every day I feel that. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, you know what I need to do? I need to play Vigor again. But right now, I'm less than 10 minutes until my next meeting, so I should probably wrap this up. But there you go. I am now officially a paying customer of Vigor, because this game has entertained me so much over the past few weeks. It's kind of become my favorite hobby for the moment, and I'm having a great time with it. So there you go. Let's wrap this up. There's a subscribe button. Here's links to other videos. If I play more Vigor on the stream, I will, of course, link it here. But there's no guarantees. This is kind of my background game, and I've got a lot of new games that I need to stream.